Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids. Now this is probably one of the most requested videos I've had over the past few weeks. You'll want to know what's on my iPhone, so this is my update for July 2012. So let's take a run through as to what I've got installed and what I use on a regular basis. Now these are sort of the stock applications that come pre-installed on the iPhone. Then I've got WhatsApp, which I use for communicating BlackBerry Messenger style with other phone users. You can get this on multi-platforms as well, and it's great for chatting to your friends and family. And then I've sort of organised some utilities into a utilities folder, and they include Enigma for scanning those QR codes, obviously the Find iPhone application, flashlight application, and airport utility as well, which if I just tap on that, it should show all of the Apple sort of internet devices and wireless devices that are on my network. It's a great way of managing them and setting them up. Let's go back out to the main home screen, and in the bottom left hand corner here I've got a photography folder. Now I don't use all of these all of the time, but I've got FlickStacker, iMotion HD, Flickr, Camera Plus, Cartoonatic, Camera 8, Hipstamatic, Instagram, Motion Pix and Trigger Trap. Now that last one, Trigger Trap, is used for sort of remote controlling a DSLR camera. I'm testing that at the moment. Probably the one I use most out of this collection is Instagram. You can see here, this is my Instagram page with all of my photos I've taken over the last few months, and really love sharing photos on Instagram and should use it a lot more than I do. Let's go to the home page and you see this guy here. That's M-Quan, my buddy. Uses Instagram a lot as well. Worth giving M-Quan a follow on Instagram. So let's pop out to the home screen again, and we're going to social. I've got my Facebook, Google+, Tweetbot, which is the client that I use for Twitter on my iPhone. I found that to be the best so far. Let's take a quick look at that. We've got our normal timeline, which we can sort of scroll up and down. I've got my sort of mentions page, and then direct messages, favorites, search. It really is a fantastic iOS application, well worth checking out. Let's go back out, and the rest of the ones in here are Twitter, Skype, which I use quite a lot, but not so much on the iPhone actually. I use it more on the desktop and on the iPad. Then we've got Audioboo, and I use this on occasion. It's quite nice actually. You can record audio messages and then push them out to your followers. Really nice little application. And then we've got Pages for managing my Facebook pages. Back out to the main screen again, and let's have a look in business. Now we've got Dropbox, which I use all of the time, Numbers, Squarespace for managing my website, Pulse News for reading the latest news, PayPal, LinkedIn, 1Password is really good. Now I'm not going to show you this in action because it contains all of my sort of private information, but what it does is it PIN protects and password protects all of your logins for various websites. Absolutely fantastic, and it synchronizes using Dropbox so that you can actually create a password on your desktop, and then it'll push it over to your iOS devices as well. So if you need to log into a website whilst you're out and about and you've forgotten your password, then 1Password, well worth picking up. I think it's £6.99 on the iOS platform and slightly dearer on the desktop. Then we've got my eBay application, Reminders application as well. And then we've got the new Podcasts application. This was just recently released by Apple, and this has pulled the podcasts away from the normal music application into its own app. And in here you can subscribe to various podcasts. This is my sort of listening list, and these can be video podcasts or audio podcasts, and it allows you to be notified when a new episode is available, and you can stream that down to your device. Absolutely superb implementation of podcasts, and I think my prediction is that you're going to start seeing paid for podcasts soon as well. Let's go back out to the main home screen. Standard apps down the bottom here. Let's go across to screen number 2. I'm not a big game player at the moment, so I've only got my sort of favourite games on here. Obviously Game Center, Jetpack, Frisbee, The Impossible Game, very addictive, and Logos Quiz, which was probably my most played game last month. Stopped playing it at the moment now, to be honest. Let's go back out again, and we pop into entertainment. We've got the Geekanoids app, which of course you must download free of charge in the iTunes App Store. TV Guide, which is really nice for seeing what's coming up on TV. We've got Sky Plus app, which I use for scheduling recordings when I'm out and about. ITV Player and iTunes Live. And then in reading, we've got Kindle and Flipboard. Now Flipboard I use on my iPad. I don't use it so much on the iPhone, but it is absolutely fantastic. I really do love using this. And you can add feeds from various places, and then you can read through those feeds in a sort of magazine type user interface, and it just looks wonderful. Really, really nice. And you can of course share these out via email or Twitter if you find something that you want to share with your followers. Very, very nicely implemented, and absolutely love Flipboard. Back out to the main screen again, we've got iMovie. Gonna be honest, hardly ever use that. TomTom, which I use very regularly. The implementation of TomTom, the SatNav app on the iPhone, is brilliant. Absolutely love it. And then we've got the new Google Chrome. Now, again, I'm going to admit I haven't used this a great deal yet, but if we just go in the top bar here, when I have tested it, it seems to turn over a really good level of speed. It's very responsive and equally as good, if not a tiny bit faster than Safari on iOS. So I really do love the fact that the Chrome app has come to the platform, and you've got things like multi-tabs and bookmarks and favorites, everything you'd expect from a browser. And then moving across to the last screen I've got set up here, and this is probably ones that I hardly ever use. We've got Stocks, the Apple Store. I do all my shopping on the desktop computer. Wallpapers HD, which is a really good app actually. A lot of people ask me where I get my backgrounds from. A lot of them are from the Wallpapers HD app. Newsstand, don't use it at all. And then of course we've got iTunes and the App Store. So that really concludes my look at what's on my iPhone for July 2012. Probably my most used application out of all of these is Tweetbot, and my second most used application is Instagram. So thanks very much for watching. Please do hit that like button, please do subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.